Live from the Export Beer Garden studios, this is the ACC's Agenda podcast for the 29th of September.
The Agenda, an alternative commentary collective podcast.
G'day there, welcome along to the Agenda G Lane. Matt Heath and James McOnie on his way as per usual. What a sporting weekend we've just had, Matt Heath.
Yeah, there was so much sport. Oh my God, I watched a lot of sport. I went to the football on Sunday, and then of course there was the All Blacks redemption at Eden Park.
There was AFL finals, there was
finals,
NRL semis.
There was Ranfurly Shield, Waikato and Wellington. It was all bloody on. It was a bloody great weekend. I mean, not so great with what happened with the Socceroos, but I had a good time.
The Roos. It makes me feel better calling them the Socceroos, though, because I'd hate that.
I was just thinking about the Socceroos when I was at that game. What, like a terrible pun that doesn't quite work, that's stuck?
It's so shit.
Because it's like this kanga, soccer, kanga, kind of kanga, Socceroos.
And I think they call the women's team the Gillaroos.
The Gillaroos?
Yeah.
What is the Gillaroos?
I know, but it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's the Gillaroos. They're pretty handy, though, the Gillaroos. I think they were ranked number 1 in the world, the Gillaroos.
There was kind of a weird vibe. I went to a bar before I went along to the soccer, and there's just hundreds of people in there wearing shirts that say all whites. Imagine if you walked into that from overseas, you didn't know what's going on. You go, have I walked into some kind of white supremacist rally or something in here? This looks like a lot of people are really celebrating the...
And the vast majority of them are white as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll confuse you.
And there was one guy who had the all whites written in like Times New Roman, sort of old ye olde writing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, boy, this looks a little bit like you've walked in on a... But no, it's not. It's not. It's just the colour of their shirts.
Well, wouldn't they call themselves White Noise? Is that that's what the All Whites fans called themselves, the White Noise? I don't think they brought the White Noise. I think it was dominated mainly by families on that. But it was a good crowd, 35,000 at Eden Park.
Some kind of record.
But how good's that? How good was to see Eden Park in the dark and not in the dark with a rectangular setup? Extra seating on the field.
Yeah.
Got rid of the little bulge on the side, and it was a rectangle field only for the ABs, for the Black Ferns, and for the All Whites. I thought it was a bloody good setup. It looked good. It looked real good.
And what's amazing is, like, at the end of the game, they were already pulling down the posts and putting them up. Like, in the post-match interviews, the posts were coming down. That's how quick the turnaround was. And you're at the ground, and it's unrecognisable. They had 30 people at a time or more on the field smashing it up on the Saturday night, and then the field looks beautiful the next day and all the lines are gone. And I found out how they do that. They run a comb over.
Yeah.
They run a grass comb over.
Oh,
so
I see.
they grow the grass a bit longer where the marks are, and then they comb it back.
They also run and we talked about this kind of last week with McOnie, they run a bit of a chalk, if it's not wet, they can run a bit of a chalk line.
And clean it up
so they can clean it up a little bit, but if it rains, then they're in trouble. But what about Matt Heath? Let's just move the Warriors there.
Yep.
Let's just have all rugby there. Let's just have the home of the All Whites there. Let's stick the Phoenix there. Let's get him out of Wellington. Get him out of that shitty round stadium in Wellington. Get them all up to Eden Park and make it the home of the oval and the round ball. Yeah. The home of the rectangular sport.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get it.
And lean into the rectangle.
Let's just really into it. Eden Park's not going anywhere, okay?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not going anywhere. It's had too much spent on it. It's not going anywhere, so let's lean into it.
Yeah, like the next person that says Waterfront Stadium, has anyone been down there lately? I mean, it's
too much going on.
It's treacherous.
There's so many meth heads downtown that you could not put on a fixture down there. Oh, I mean, what about on Friday? I mean, Saturday, we nearly got bloody killed.
Oh, Jesus
If it hadn't been for our cowardice hiding in that bottle store while the guy was threatening the people behind the bottle store, we could have got killed in there.
Saturday night bottle store, top of Queen Street.
Oh, shit.
At about 6:30 at night.
Yeah.
First of all, they have to buzz you in, eh? So we're outside. We're outside knocking on the door thinking, it must be closed. And the guy comes and buzzes you in. And then some street urchin tailgated us into the liquor store and made a beeline for the box of Woodies. And the guy said, no, you got to prepay for those. And then he went off his head. And Matt and I are standing there. I've got a bottle of gin.
Yeah.
He's got a bottle of Sav.
Yeah.
Oh, no, lovely little Sav.
Yeah, so
and the guy's going around and accusing the person behind the counter of being racist and Sikh heiling all over the place and screaming. And
the Sikh heil as he left was an interesting call. But
so look, I thought that's treacherous. I'm more talking about the paving stones. How when it rains, my God,
they get a bit loose.
Yeah. Oh no, they're just slippery. It's like even outside here, at ACC HQ.
Yeah, the paving stones are a bit risky. So
they're really dangerous.
You're crazy if you're saying that you're going to build a stadium down there with the paving stones in the net heads.
Anyway, let's get back to Saturday night. All Blacks versus Australia. Eden Park, Bledisloe Cup. Let's listen to some highlights of Saturday's coverage.
Bob Hawke versus Bob Jones. It's Schooners versus Handles. Emus versus Moa. The Brown Snake versus the mighty Waikato. Sydney versus Sydenham. Ned Kelly versus Brian Kelly. John Clark versus Fred Dagg. Gold Coast Hotties versus West Coast Boffers. It's $20 dingers versus $50 dingers. It is the Convicts versus the 501s. This is Australia versus the All Blacks live Eden Park. Smith, Moanga, Barrett, Will Jordan with some space. Will Jordan, pin your ears back, boys. Pin your ears back. Will Jordan, you sexy bitch. He'll score. And the All Blacks, they strike. And what a lead up, Matt Heath. That was some rugby all over your face.
He's always got it by the tip of the ball.
He's got it by the tip of the ball. Just the tip.
He's still in contact.
Just the tip.
And then he grounds the ball, so it's just a try.
It's a try. It's a try.
Yeah, I know, but he's still in control as well. That's the other hand. Okay,
it's just the tip. Yeah. And the All Blacks score. Captain Caveman scores the octopus with just the tip. And the All Blacks lead 22-0.
Even Sam Cane can't quite believe it. Look at him.
How?
It's a great day for rugby. It's a great day for the All Blacks. It's a great day for Eden Park. And it's a great day for Octopi.
The All Blacks, 1 metre, 2 metres. Cody's has it. He's going for a try. Cody's 8% scores. And the All Blacks put rugby all over Australia's face. It's 32-0. Oh, good organisation. They've mauled it up. Held in the back by Takiaho, the 50-inch. He's got it in the back. You can see them rolling up. Retallick's pumped up.
He's popped out.
They're 2 metres out. Here comes the All Blacks. Here come the All Blacks. Over the yard. They score. It's a try. Jab of the butt came in. And he was the man that moved the momentum. And who scored it? The 50-inch. Samasoni Takiaho.
The pants were already down. And now the bottom of the Australians has been slapped red. Bang, bang, bang. It's smarting.
I like Clark's butt, and I cannot lie. You motherfuckers can't deny. When Clark runs in with a whole lot of pace and a strong vein in your face, you get stung.
They're going to score. They'll score. In the dying moments, it's Jordan Pataya, but they're being humiliated.
It was rugby everywhere, James McOnie. There was rugby everywhere.
To be honest, let's talk about the revelation. Geordie Barrett, Udon, you guys must have been calling it and just saying, finally. It must have been like a ray of light just beaming down onto the ACC studios.
It just seems like you should always have a nearly 6'5" at 12.
Yeah.
There's just so many options on the kickoff, plus having so many people with massive boots. What about that spiral kick? You brought back the spiral.
Bring it back.
Bring it back, and he's just a giant. So we should always have a giant at 12.
Yeah,
well, he's the tallest second five in history. He says he's 6'5", but I think he's 6'6", because when you see him beside Dog Roll, there's nothing in it.
There's nothing.
So he's trying to downplay it and say, I'm not a giant. I'm just a normal guy like my other guys in the backs. But it's like, sorry, Geordie, you're 6'6". And then eclipsing Sonny Bill, who, like you say, what you're alluding to, Matt Heath, is when he was there, everybody was panic stations.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have to select opposition to cater for the giant Udon.
Yeah, the giant Udon.
Yeah.
And then when Scott Barrett comes back and he starts murdering people at blindside, then it's just going to... Barrett's out of position. I'm a big fan of Barrett's not playing in their original position.
Slippery at fullback was great.
Slippery was great.
Slippery at fullback was great. Geordie at second five was great. I mean... And also, can I say that you talked about it, Matt Heath, and it's about smashing See You Next Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And they brought back the smashing See You Next Tuesdays on Saturday night.
Needs to be done.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
Yeah. Woo! And then I Am Groot followed it up with the
tears.
The tears.
I know. He smashes them and they're like moaning and he goes, yeah.
That's what you need.
Southland banter.
Yeah.
And you're going to go cry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrell Lomax, they had barnstorming games.
Smashed
They smashed the See You Next Tuesdays. It was great to see. They were never in it. There was rugby everywhere. There was rugby all over my face. It was all over Matt's face. It was all over my pants.
I initially got annoyed with the officiating, but when I got over that, I was fine. Because sometimes I watch rugby now, and I need to move on with this personally. It's a problem I have with authority. but sometimes it feels like there's the ringmaster at a circus is turned up, and that's the ref, and then he's sort of running it like he's the ringmaster, and the teams are just his elephants to order around, and that can be a bit annoying. But I got after that, and then when there was just so much rugby that the ref couldn't handle how much rugby was going on. He couldn't stop it. Well, it was flowing everywhere. It's just firing in every direction.
I think you made the point last week, Matt Heath, that rugby is really about, I think it might have been on your radio show, rugby is really a show, it's about the ref, you know, and how the ref performs. And then they chuck the players on there, but it's really about, it's time for him to shine, you know. It's his time to shine.
I had a mate bring up a game from the 1980s to just show me how quickly scrums used to sit. Because have you ever seen what scrums used to be like?
Oh my God.
Scrums used to be like, they're into them in 15 seconds. It's like the ball, there's a bang, and the ball comes out.
Yeah.
No one really even pushed.
It's even less. In the 1999 World Cup, that game where France ran over the top of us, I can see why they did it, because the momentum actually just happens all through every facet of the game. Because like you say, the scrums, even in 99, they find their prop, they look at the opposition, you're there, we're there, boom.
Yeah. Go. Yep. And then you weren't like 15 centimetres from the ground, so it's always collapsing.
A game of chicken, or who collapses and break their necks first.
Yeah.
Had a good story from Di Henwood. The great Di Henwood was at the game, and he said there was some bit of a banter between two fans which warmed his heart. He said it filled his heart because first of all, we had another moment's silence for the Queen, and I love the Queen.
Yeah.
Sad that she died and all that, but she's in the ground. Yet we did another moment's silence.
Well, and then there was one on Sunday as well for the All Whites.
And anyway, in the middle of the moment's silence at Eden Park, a guy in front of Di Henwood just shouted, "Go to fucking Warriors!"
Yeah.
And which he chuckled to. And then he said a guy in an old school Waikato jersey turned around and said, "Shut up, dog cunt. Respect the Queen."
Oh, that's good.
Not in the Waikato jersey. Yeah, because of course Waikato fans, G Lane, we grew up there. They show so much respect, throwing cans at Greg Cooper. I remember having a kick at goal, and he was actually grabbing these cans of Waikato draft and going, just moving it. You know, normally they check for wind, and it's more like moving cans.
I'm surprised he didn't pick the can up, put the ball on the can.
Why do they have a problem with Greg Cooper?
Anyone who's taking a kick from the sideline.
Right. And also, it was Matt Cooper. It was his brother who played for Waikato.
Yeah, true.
So that's why they're like, boo, come play for Waikato.
Right.
And he was always playing for Dunedin.
Great nose.
Playing for Otago.
I remember being remember being highly embarrassed because I loved being part of the Waikato fans, and I thought we're the only ones that make noise. You know, we've got the cowbells, we've got the Olay chant. Yeah, we've got the chainsaw. And then suddenly they started throwing cans. I went, okay, we're an embarrassment.
They gave it something, though. They gave it something.
Well, when I was a kid going to Carisbrook, and they'd always boo Grant Fox.
Oh, everyone would.
Yeah.
That was the rules.
And I was like, no matter what the team was.
All Blacks.
Oh,
that happened at Lancaster Park as well.
Yeah.
It's like his booing South Island tour. Grant Fox is here, give him a wave.
Yeah.
Mark Carter was the same. He got booed and paying for the All Blacks.
Well, I think a lot of it was because Grant Fox was the first person to really lean into taking ages before he kicked the ball, you know.
Had a durry, pretty much.
That was about 2 seconds.
Well, he's making a sandcastle. It was like a sculpture, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And his sideburns were too high.
They're way too high. He didn't have them. He had the reverse sideburns, which I'd love to see Geordie Barrett adopt as well. Yeah, Geordie Barrett's adopted them as well.
There,
Yeah.
Can I just say, we talked about this on the commentary on Saturday night, Matt Heath. Are we locking away the Webb Ellis for next year?
Yeah.
Are we locking it for 27? And are we locking it for 31?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've definitely got France that's in the cabinet. I don't think anyone would doubt that after that performance. That's happening. So it is interesting to look forward to the next 2 World Cups
in the States
and how we're set up for those. And I think you would say we're probably put the States, Webb Ellis, keep it in.
I'd say
keep it in the cabinet for
31's probably 50-50.
Yeah.
But I think we can lock the next 2 away easy.
Yeah, I think we're
easy.
on the back of that performance.
Well,
Geordie Barrett at 12, unbeatable.
Yeah, and finally Mike Hoskins, Sotutu, somewhere in the 23. I just love having that little bit of X factor. You got to bring all the Mike Hoskins on.
What problem with that, though, we discovered is the referee didn't like his haircut.
No.
And he kept penalising him. And he was doing nothing wrong at all, but it was the little blonde tips that he was running.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't like it.
If you become visible, it's like if the person with the long hair often gets pinged as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
the ginger over the ball, like straight away
because
visible.
you can see their translucent arm. That's the thing. All their limbs are just so distinctive, Gingers.
Yeah. Well, because your agent is telling you get a crazy haircut and maybe we'll get a TV commercial out of you. We try and construct a personality. And the other guy goes, really? Do I have to? Yeah, I don't know, something high ratty. I don't know, bleach that, but we'll pull that. Can we have this a tuft sticking out on a right angle? Something, I don't know. And that helps the agent get more money from lifting your profile,
Smart.
but
That's
also
smart.
attracts attention of the officiators.
That's smart.
And the officiators don't want attention to be off them. So if they see someone, a lot of people are looking at a player, they're like, no, this is about me. The game's about me as a ref. Don't steal my thunder.
What I'd also love to do is, if you've seen Mike Hoskins Sotutu in a media situation, he's very low key. He's very low energy.
Yeah.
And I'd love him to come to ACC and we perform a sort of makeover, like a Queer Eye for the Straight Guy type thing. And we just say, this is what we do. And like you say, we do everything. And we get him to the point where he wanders into a press conference like, Macho Man Randy Savage, like, or something. And he's just fizzing. And everyone's like, what the hell?
Fuck?
What's
Like
happened to Mike Hoskins?
We here,
the Wallabies, we're going to come for you. That sort of shit.
Can I just say,
can they get the WWE over here to work on the
media
All Blacks
media training?
Media training.
Come into them.
Yeah, Bushwhack, imagine that. Brody and Sam coming into the locks. Oh no, it has to be Ethan, I Am Groot, and Tyrell Lomax. They need to bushwhack in, don't they?
Boom, boom. Yeah.
If you smell what Geordie's got cooking.
Yeah.
Can I say, I don't know if you saw it, James McOnie, but did you see that squid, that octopus score a try on the field? Did you see? I don't know how it made it on the field, but that octopus that managed to get the ball and put it behind his back and then put it down between his leg and score the try into the post, a.k.a. Sam Whitelock.
I've seen a lot, or one replay that I just went, that's just so confusing. It's like a Louis Theroux when he's at an orgy and like, isn't it weird? Like
when a hand came round.
Yeah, is it normal?
Do you feel strange?
It was strange.
How do you feel about it? Yeah, it was weird. But it's a good master move to just slip an octopus on, sub the octopus on and off that quickly.
Without anyone seeing?
No one noticed.
The only time the octopus made an impact was for that try, and then they squirreled it off again. It was a very shrewd move from Fozzie. Shrewd move.
I really enjoyed that game. It was the All Blacks of old, wasn't it? And yeah, it was smashing.
Celebrity Watch.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks was there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. She's in a movie just down the road from my house.
Yes.
Is she?
I had to help get tickets. I had to help get tickets for Elizabeth Banks and good old Nick Sortner from Eden Park.
Oh, yeah, he would have put her in the box.
When I dropped the Banksy thing, I said, it's Banks. And he went, yeah.
Let's go. From the Hunger Games?
Yes.
From the Hunger Games, from Pitch Perfect, from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Was she in The Boys as well at one point? No.
Possibly.
She's in a movie. It's called The Mistake, which has been filmed out here. And it was next door to our house. And disappointingly, they took over our dairy and it was closed. And there's our dairy owner with a picture of her.
Oh,
there you go. See?
There you go.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth Banks was, she wanted to go to the rugby. So I organised some tickets with the old Eden Park. And then they ended up, she ran into Taika, so it was like massive Hollywood kind of like loving. But she went out with Taika, took them out to a bar, Elizabeth in the entourage, and Dan Carter and Richie McCaw were there. Can you imagine one of the celebrity photographer, Norrie Montgomery? He would have exploded, eh?
all over his face. Would have gone all over the lens. He would have gone over the lens of his camera and he would have been cleaning it off.
I can't take this photo. There's too much going on.
Taika did spend the entire game on Instagram.
He did actually.
He did. Every time I come to him, he's like, and then it's
Rightio, NRL Grand Final this Sunday. And the TAB are giving you a hall pass because obviously we're going to have to cheat on the Warriors. We're going to have to cheat on the Warriors this weekend. They've given us the freedom with a hall pass to do so this weekend. And if you place a bet on this weekend's Grand Final, anything more than $5, chuck in hall pass and unlock a $20 free bet. Ooh. But hall pass wise, you've left the Warriors at home, James McOnie. You're hitting the town. You know, you've gone into the pub. There's the Eels there. There's the Sex Panthers. Who are you taking? Who are you taking home? Back to the hotel, not back home, because you've got the Warriors at home.
It's a tough one. I haven't actually thought about the hall pass. Matt Heath, have you got your hall pass loaded up? I'm trying to think who my celebrity crush is.
I've got mine. It's purely the hall pass, the team hall pass. I'm going for the Panthers because Nathan Cleary. I can't go past Nathan Cleary's Captain America jawline. I don't mind Jerome Luai with the little pony.
I actually love Jerome Luai, so he would be my hall pass.
Yeah, there you go.
But then we'd be outside just playing games and stuff the whole time, like me and Jerome. I'd just be show me your ways.
Oh, okay.
Because I love his mad skills.
You're still cheating though, aren't you?
I am,
you're still cheating. You're still cheating. And I say, next year, if you ask me this question next year, I'd have to go the Broncos because we're losing Reece Walsh. And I know you've got a bit of a wide on for Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
Matt Heath, those sexy eyes and those come hither bags of ling.
Yeah. And the high ratty.
The high ratty. Yeah.
Hey, a lot of time for the high ratty.
Tamati Martin, you might like him, Matt Heath.
Right.
Yeah. He's something. He's
something.
something.
He's got something.
There you go. So the TAB giving you a chance to say it's okay. It's okay to cheat on the Warriors this weekend. Unlock a $20 free bet with the code word Hall Pass and get into it. But I have to say, surely it's the Sex Panthers that are going to take the final. Surely James McOnie, the Sex Panthers over the Slippery Eels. Surely.
I want the Slippery Eels to do it. There's various reasons why. I love an underdog story. I feel like the Sex Panthers had got the most incredible bit of luck with that try just before halftime that just absolutely buried the Rabbitohs. Can you remember seeing an intercept try like that ever?
No.
Not since Arthur Stone, since we got excited. But no, it was like a regulation pass that pretty much the guy fumbled into, is it Brian Teal? The wings hands, 70 metres out. He took off. There was so much cover, but he bumped off the right guy. And by bumping him off, he sort of knocked all the other defenders around like skittles. And then suddenly he's just run and scored a try right on half time. It's like the massive heartbreaker. And then I just thought, okay, that's momentum shift, blah, blah, blah. They're never coming back from that. But I think the Parramatta Eels have made it tougher stuff now. I think they've...
You reckon they're a chance?
I reckon they're a chance.
Because it's great to have two Sydney teams in the final too. I reckon it's going to go off at the Bush, at the home Bush this Sunday. And also the ACC are covering this Sunday's grand final. Di Henwood, Storm Hitawa and Chris Key from Mad Monday are doing it. Also, just to recap, anyone who uses the code word Hall Pass is in to win a 5-season Warriors pass. Season pass.
A 5-season?
Mate. So for 5 seasons.
So that's a good chance of hitting on the Warriors year. It's a much better chance.
Yeah.
The Eels have to be our team, even though we love the Clearys and they hung out here. But
Why do they have to be our team?
Bailey Simonson went to your old school.
Okay, I'm
at St Paul's Collegiate.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm cheating on the Warriors with the Eels.
We've
now.
also
got
their best player is from Lebanon. It's like what an underdog story that is. Well, I think he played for them anyway.
Oh, nice.
Mitchell Moses. But Micah Sivo is the most exciting attacking player, and he's still out there rampaging on the wing. And have you seen Micah Sivo score tries? He's just a beast.
And the best thing is, the sexiest man to ever play NRL, Brett Kenny.
And
he used to play for the Eels.
Yes, he did. And Peter Sterling, who had the Dungeon Master, like the mullet with the bald top.
Yes.
Remember Dungeon Master from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's Peter Sterling's haircut. He originated that.
And also the comedian, Bill Bailey?
Oh, Bill Bailey, running Bill Bailey.
Right, he's running a Bill Bailey.
Also, bring it back to wrestling, Hollywood Hulk Hogan as well.
Yeah, he's running a Hulk Hogan, and then from back in the day. And Isaiah Papali'i's from my neighbourhood, Te Aratu Peninsula. So
I'm changing.
It's gone.
I'm changing. I'm bidding the Sex Panthers, and I'm going to go. Yeah. My Hall Pass is going to be Parramatta Eels now. Okay, there we go. English cricket losing their minds over the Mankad. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I read about it, and I just didn't want to go into the... Yeah, talk us through it.
Well, first of all, it was only a few weeks ago that they didn't change the law. They just basically clarified that you can get out with a Mankad.
Anything goes.
Anything goes.
No warning, no work.
But within a week or so, happens to be an India versus... England women's cricket game to win the game, and the Indian bowler comes in. Mankad they win the game.
I hate it.
Wow.
And the main reason why I hate it is there's an annoying kind of kid cricketer. When I was coaching kids cricket, there was a kid that just wouldn't bowl the ball because they're always trying to do the Mankad. It ruins. It's like just bowl the ball, back yourself. Just always looking to try and Mankad. It's a horrible, nasty little way to play cricket.
There is a premeditated sense to it, especially when you're bowling, because you don't naturally come to a stop and do that. So you're already thinking about it. I'm going to run this guy out. I'm going to run this guy out. I'm going to do it.
And I get that it's annoying if people are backing up too much or whatever, but I think that's up to the officiators to give a warning.
Should we potentially change it so it's up to the umpire to call them one short? So if you leave your crease before the ball comes out, it's one short.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's put it up to the umpire.
You don't have someone Mankading. God, it's so annoying. It's going to cause so much anger between countries. Imagine if the first time Australia Mankads us.
Well, look, 1 to win, last ball. Someone's always going to come off the mark early because they're going to be like, what have I got to lose? I've got to go.
And what a way to lose for a game to finish like that English one. So it finishes with a Mankad. It's just such a piss weak way for a game to end.
I agree, and also gave him one step further. I hate the run out that's a deflection off the off a straight drive, and it's like there's no intention to. There's nothing deliberate about it. Like sometimes it's their foot, and like sort of off their shin and into the stumps. And I would almost go like just create a law and just say we're going to go upstairs and see if any of that was deliberate or whether you just
attention.
Yeah. Did you move at all?
Did you actually try?
What's worse, winning on a Mankad or a boundary countback?
Oh, fuck, G Lane.
Don't bring that up.
Oh, you're a penis for doing that because we were having a really good podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it just felt
Now we're
really
just down
nice.
the rabbit hole again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I often think when I'm watching cricket, I was watching cricket the other day and I was thinking the people that invented cricket back in the 1500s or whenever it was, if they saw it now, they'd be like, no, that's not what we meant. Like nicking it through to the keeper, and they're like, that's not what it was about. That's not really out. It was more about spooning it up in the field while you're having a pims.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing? You're bowling too fast. Like people are having to wear protection because you're bowling it too fast.
Slow down.
You're getting it wrong because the stumps used to have a hole in the middle, wasn't it? And they used to roll it down and you were trying to get it through the middle.
Actually, that's quite funny. I reckon they would. You're probably onto something there. They're probably saying, no, the person with the gloves cannot take a catch. It has to be non-glove catches only.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That person is a backstop who's designed to just catch, and if it's nicked through to him, it's so light, that nick, that it's not even discernible, not for us.
Yeah, we're not doing that. And because
there's so many woodpeckers in this beautiful leafy forest here beside us. We can't tell.
The bat used to be like a hockey stick.
We're all shit
That's where you've got that point is where the bat. So it used to be like a hockey stick. They'd roll it down the field, kind of like bowls. It was more like croquet.
Yeah.
You'd hit it along, and then you sort of people run in.
They're also well dressed as well.
They're well dressed.
And then W.G. Grace came in and went, "No, I'm hitting boundaries." What?
What are you?
Those boundaries are not for that. That's where we move the tea trolley to. That's
to keep the heathens out.
Exactly.
Not to hit the ball.
I was reading about the history of cricket, and there was a guy that worked out. This was in 1680 that he made a bat that was bigger than the stumps. And so he came in with this big, huge shovel-like bat. And apparently, when the news got back to London, this guy had done it, there were riots. Because people were so angry about it because the game was being played up north. They were so angry that some guy, there was nothing in the rule to make, and that's when they made how small that. Imagine this guy turning up smugly bigger than the stumps because you got out by the ball rolling through the stumps. Anyway, there'll be a riot if there's a Mankad.
Yeah.
Mankad's going to start a riot.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. There have been people given out in cricket who are clearly not out. And I don't want to go back to that final, but you started at G Lane. But Ross Taylor and Murray Erasmus absolutely fucking that one up.
Yeah.
Quite clearly going down leg.
And also the one he didn't give, first ball from Trent Bolt to... Anyway.
There's so many things to rake over.
Speaking of great games, though, the Black Clash is back for 2023. It's confirmed for Christchurch on the 20th of January at Hagley Oval under lights. And the good news, ACC's back on the commentary on TVNZ, so buckle up, Boomers, and I look forward to the feedback line lighting up again.
They're getting us again?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone else.
Yeah.
I seriously don't think
Actually,
there's anyone else.
if you think about it, there aren't. Most commentary teams are tied to someone.
Yeah, they're tied to Sky
Like
or Spark, and no one's really, and they got no one at TVNZ. I've sent P. Willie to Siberia. He's in Wanaka now, so P. Willie can't do it.
Who's doing it? Is Jack Tame? They're going to...
No, we're doing the commentary still there, but you can't have Jack Tame.
I heard
an
amazing story about P. Willie. Kieran Reid was telling me on Friday that...
Peter Williams?
Peter Williams. P. Willie was at a service station, and then and he came up to Kieran to get a photo and have a bit of a chat, and then P. Willie was so excited that he drove off with his...
Oh, no.
With the fuel pipe still in his car.
Oh, shit.
And it was just, there was alarms going everywhere. P. Willie was flustered. It was a total disaster. And Kieran Reid was going, Jesus Christ, P. Willie. What are you up to, mate?
You blew up a service station.
Yeah.
It's like walking away with these fucking explosions behind you, Hollywood style.
I was suggesting to Kieran that we should do an ACC royal inquiry into the events with P. Willie at the service station at some point.
We need to get the video footage of that because that's kind of the stuff that people
I
love.
was saying, did you ask for the CCTV footage? And he said, no. But
well,
there will be footage of that because there's footage. Because Jeremy witnessed that, Wellesley witnessed that.
The glass barbecue enthusiast.
Glass barbecue enthusiast just spinning around in a car.
Yeah.
But the worst place to commit a crime is a forecourt.
There's so many cameras.
Yeah, everyone knows that it happened, P. Willie. You know, and I mean, in the end, like you say, hops out flustered, like, oh shit.
I've just met the All Black captain.
I know that P. Willie. I've heard stories that he'd go down and do a few speeches down in Otago, and he used to have a hell of a time out on the town in Old Oats, in the Octagon.
Oh, yeah, really.
Sowing the oats. Sowing the oats in the Octagon. You see,
under Robbie Stoney Steer.
So tickets available now for the Black Clash. That sells out pretty quick down in Christchurch. So I'd get in pretty quick to get some Christmas gifts for that one. But that's gonna be a bloody cracker.
That's gonna be a cracker.
So what else is on this week? It was a sporting orgy in the weekend. So this weekend we got the NRL Grand Final Sunday night, 9:30.
Yeah.
Sky Sport 9 with the ACC. But she's a bit of wilderness for the rugby. There's a bit of NPC, but All Blacks don't play again until the end of October against Japan. So there's a bit of a dearth. There's a bit of a dead zone, really, apart from some NPC and rugby league. But
I was just thinking then, we won everything, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. After
all our calling for... picket, like people,
burn them at the stake.
Looking to burn Fozzie at the stake. People like us calling it the Muppet Show. They're putting a sphinctometer in him.
That's true.
Chris Rattu was vomiting, his head spinning, green, exorcist vomit everywhere. We won everything. We won the Bledisloe.
So we got the cup. We got everything.
Well, we didn't win the Steinlager Cup against Ireland.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, but... No one had ever heard of that.
No, I know.
We got a lot of help. The sphinctometer got a lot of help from a French referee who just freaking lost the plot, which is fantastic. It's like the one time a French referee is losing the plot on the other side, we're going, yeah, that's the way it's done. That is what, yeah, French referees.
This is about me. Yeah. No one that's talking about me. I don't want this game to finish and people be talking about Australia and New Zealand. It's about turned into Watto again.
You did to Watto.
Yeah, Watto is back. Watto, tell us, what do you think
about... I'm a Targaryen. Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on me.
But James McOnie, on Saturday night, Matt Heath and I doing the commentary on Saturday night, something strange happened. The sphinctometer stopped working because Fozzie's bum was so loose and relaxed, it fell out.
Fell out. Oh, yeah.
It fell out.
That's a problem. It's a design fault because when we initially engaged Sky and a few other people, I think Auckland District Health Board was on board as well. And was your dad as well?
Yeah, he was on the wider sort of consulting on it.
Yeah, consulting. And so we said, this is going to be perfect for Foz. And we looked at the dimensions and we sort of got, we got up there and proctologists and all that sort of stuff. And then eventually we thought, no, what if he's just loose as a goose?
Yeah.
This could be a disaster. We're actually worried about the mess in the coach's box. And it happened, I mean, who would have thought? Of course it's Eden Park. You should have made a different prototype for Eden Park.
Funny,
it's our bad.
We were thinking totally the other way. We're thinking it needs to be strong enough to deal with the pressure.
So
we really engineered it so it wouldn't break with the pressure. And then of course it's fallen out at Eden Park. But in a way, it falling out is doing its job because you're like, well, it's out.
It's out.
It's a win-win.
It's a win. Yeah,
it's a win-win for everyone.
And the thing is, the readings were so loose at that point that it's just sort of
what's the difference? Out or
we had before it fell out. It was so wide you could drive a bus through it. Hey, Matt, we're looking at it going, that's outrageous.
Is that even possible?
Is that even possible?
It could be, someone could be that relaxed. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's it for this week.
Yeah.
Let's get into some American sport this week, maybe. There's American sports coming up, the Wazoo all week with football, baseball. You beloved Dodgers playing this week, Matt. And when does the NBA season starts next month?
The NBA starts very soon, October 20th, around then. And also the NPC, it's the last round before the playoffs this weekend.
Yeah.
So, but there's no Shield Challenge. Wellington are away.
They've
locked it away for the season.
I also watched the Rams smashed the Cardinals yesterday as well.
You did?
Yeah.
God, you've had sport. You've had
so much sport.
You've had sport all over your face. Plus, you haven't cleaned it up, though.
Plus, I watched 3 games of baseball as well. So there's quite a lot of sport.
And you went to the All Whites.
On
a hot date.
Do the Breakers start next week as well?
Yeah, they do.
Holy shit.
At home at Spacarina.
Spacarina.
Get amongst it. Thanks for joining us.
Give a taste of kiwi from me.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast. For more episodes, subscribe on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.